video. But today I will show you some highlights, some examples of what you can use this toolbox for. And I think we start with the first drawer, and the first drawer that we have is steel. And inside, of course, we have the different steel hammers, different heads, different shape, and so on. And we also have consumable box. In this one, we have different washers. We have some screws. We have some clip holders, threaded wire, for example. We also have this carbon rod that we are using when we try to shrink the metal and so on. So we have a lot of tools in this one. We also have this handle with the hooks, and also you can use this together with a little bit bigger slide hammer like this one. We also have the boxes like this, so you can have new washers in the box, but you can also have the used one here because you can use it more than one time. So you can put this one on top of the trolley as well. I will put this one back. I will show you some different setups that we have. And of course, we are using the handgun like this for steel, cable connected to the machine, the CR235. And in the end here, you can adapt the different tools, depend on what kind of tool you want to use or repair or taking out the dent, depending on how big it is and also where on the car it is. For example, if you take a look here, here we have used the washers into the, in this case, the hood, just to show you for an example. And to do some pulling, we need to insert the pin here. And we're also using the long carbon fiber arm here to make the pulling. We have the arms on top. And when we do this, we can also adjust the force, the pulling force a little bit. So you have enough of pulling force, and you can also see the flexibility here now in the sheet metal. When you have this one in tension, then of course it's good to use the hammer to realign the dent that you want to repair. One other tool that we have, this is like more a single puller, where you can use a washer like this, attach it, and just do a single pull. We also have, like this one, a thread wire that you also can use depending on where the damage is on the car. We have different tools to attach this one, the screws like this, and also clip holders that you can also attach to the body. If we then switch over to aluminum, we go to the second drawer. Inside here, you have the aluminum hammer, different shape, different size. You have the consumable box. You have different tools to attach the washers like this. We also have different pins and different screws as well. So depends on where is the damage, how big it is, and how deep it is. So you can use different type of tools as well. We also have this one that we are using for pulling up the pins. I will show you that one a little bit later. And we also have a tool like this, because when you have used the washer one time, you can put the used washer in this one and then grind off the surface and reuse the washer more than one time, 2 and 3 and 4 times. So it's good not just use this one time and then throw it away. You can reuse it. That's why we have the new one in the box here and the used one over here. So you can pull this one up and fix this one. One important thing is, of course, you should not mix this one because there will be a little bit different in length. I will show you on the aluminum hood a little bit what you can do. And to do that, I will use the gun. And now we have a little bit of a setup for the pin in this case. You can then replace this one with different tools here. For example, you can do it for a washer that we have here. You can see the washer. And we are using the pulling device here. That one is a little bit different compared to steel, because this one you can sort of pull up the dent and you can take away your hand, and it's still a little bit of tension in the metal as well. When you do something like this, it's always good to use the hot air gun, of course, to help the dent to go back in the original position. So this is one tool. One other tool that we can use is this one. You have here a threaded screw and a threaded washer. Same thing, same concept. You can use the pin and do some pulling with that one. And to do that, you are using the pulling arm in this case. Looks like this. So you insert the pin and connect the hooks, and then you can do some pulling. You can also move this one here to be a little bit stronger if needed. And of course, hammer at the same time. You can use the same pulling device on the pins as well. But to do that, you need to put back this one. Yes, insert the pin, and then same thing, connect the hooks. And if you take a look at this side here, this one, here we have a ball joint, because I want to have a flat position of this one against the surface, so I will not make a new dent in this area. I will focus on the damaged area and not make a new one. So this one can then move a little bit and get a good flat position as well. So we can pull with this one, and you see you have several pins. And you can also use the same arm that we were showing on the steel on the hood. There, you can use the same arm, of course, both for steel and for aluminum. Okay. For this one, we also have this one. I was mentioned that we have one setup for the washer, and we have one setup here. You can see this tool here. You can replace and change to this one that will fit into a single pin when you just want to pull one, like that. And to release, of course, release button to push here. That is really good. Okay, that was a little bit about aluminum. We will go further on, and I will show you a little bit about how to use the glue part. And to do that, I will close the aluminum drawer, open the next one. In this one, we can use glue to pull out a dent. And to do that, we have glue sticks. Two package is included. We have these plates that you can glue into the dent, into the damaged area. Different size. You can take two pieces apart if you want to. And you can see on the back side, there can be a flat surface like this, and a curved one, depending on what the dent looks like. So it will fit into the car better and get a better grip. We have here the glue gun. Inside here, the box, consumables. We have different adapters here. They are a little bit different size and a different shape, depending on the dent you want to pull out. We also have a tool to do some pulling, like a small slide hammer. And you also have different here knockdown tools. So you take this one away, put this one in, and then you have different type of knockdown tools here, because maybe you want to push the other way, not just pull. So you have a set of tools here as well. And I will show you how to use this one a little bit. Just a little bit for safety, I will put my gloves and glasses on. I have prepared the glue gun like this. I will take one plug here. And you can see in this area, I have already prepared a little bit, and you can see there is different size here, depending on the size of the damage. I will now put some glue on here. And you can see I try to fill it up like this. And it's good to have a little bit more than less. So this one will be good. I have the dent. I will put it in the middle like this. I try to center it and have it as straight as possible, like this. Now, this one, it will take a little bit, 5 minutes for the glue to dry, but I have prepared a little bit so I can show you what we can do. I can use this one, the small puller here, and try to sort of hammer it out, get the small dent out. Many times, one time is not enough. I can pull it out and put maybe a smaller on later on as a step 2. If I do a little bit like this, you see it, now it will come loose. The glue is still here. What I can do now is that I can use the glue remover like this one. I will take my glove off just to show you how you can use it. I can go like this. I can use my fingernails like this to pull it off, or there is a tool for this one as well that you can use like this or like this, depending on the size of where it is on the card. You can see I do like this and then it will come off. I want to show you one other thing, and that is here on the rocker panel. Because this one was a little bit smaller dents. Now I want to show you a little bit bigger dents. And that is a big feature and a big advantage when it comes to do a little bit bigger repair. When you can use the speed together with the CDR1. So tools and equipment working together. I will do like this. I will fill this one up with glue. Before I do this, I have prepared the surface. I clean it with a cleaner. I have also cleaned up the adapter like this. I have a lot of glue on this one. I can go like this. I put it in a good position and then press. And you see the glue is now pressing out on the sides, and that is good. A little bit too much than less is better. I keep it in position for a couple of seconds for the glue to dry a little bit, like this. This will also take 5 to 7 minutes to cool down so I can do some pulling with this one. So I have prepared this here a little bit. You see this attachment, I have glued this one on. I have the pin, I have the puller, I have connected the chain here. And I have the draw liner for the speed with 5-ton pulling capacity. So I can use the foot pump here and pull a little bit. And when I start to pull, you can see the dent is coming out. The thing is, many times it's one time is not enough. You can pull and then add another one. Maybe next time will be a little bit smaller. So I can use it 2-3 times and then pull the dent out. And at the same time, when I have a little bit of pressure, I can also hammer around the dent to get the dent out a little bit easier. That is also possible to do. One other thing that we have is this one. Here in the back, if you have, for example, damage in the rear, and you want to do some pulling on the quarter panel like this, then you can glue this part on the car as well. And you remember this one, the different shape, different size. This one you can insert like this, like the red one I've done here. You can change this one and put in the right one that you want to use. In this case, I have these 3 glued into the car body. I will connect this one, the cabin hook, like this. And of course, I will just show you how I can then pull with the draw liner back here and make some pulling with this tool as well. So this is a very good future. You are going from just doing small dents on a door to a little bit bigger dents like on a rocker panel. So that is really good compared to replacing the quarter panel or replacing a rocker panel. You can repairing by pulling the dents out. So it's much, much better. I want to show you some other things. If we take a look in drawer number 4 here, in this one, we have, for example, this one, profile template. And that is if you have a damage on one side and an undamaged area on the other side, you can measure and have the profile like this and compare the undamaged side with the damaged side. So I know how much I need to realign and how much I need to fix and work with the surface and the sheet metal in this case. So a template for using that one, like a profile template. We have another thing in the box here. This is for making holes for parking sensor in the bumpers, front and rear. We have a drill and we have this one that you will push through the plastic part and make a hole for the parking sensor. So they are different size depending on the size of the hole for the sensor. So this will be like a complete kit, like this. If we then take a look in drawer number 5, it will be like this. Here we have the battery-driven pull, push. Goes like this, forward and back. You have the battery, you have a charger, and you have the tools that you need for both pulling and pushing in many different directions. So I want to show you one thing that we can do with this one. We can take a look at Michael. He is having a dent on the quarter panel here, and he's using the power unit just to pull it out. And you can see it's falling out. And of course, when you have done that, you can then use the hammer a little bit to try to fix the dent. This was just an example for how you can use it. Okay.
Thank you very much, Tommy.